My guest today is Lisa Clark. Now, Lisa has recently written a book called Unleash Your Child's Mind. And it's basically about how adults can support their children and perhaps see their children in a different light and support the education of their children. Now, you've done a lot of research into how children learn and how children develop, Lisa. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
So I place great importance on children's mindsets for critical thinking, allowing children to fail and make mistakes, but without feeling a failure in the process. So what I've looked into is strategies for parents to be able to support the children in making mistakes, but without knocking onto the children's self-esteem and self-beliefs and self-worth, and actually growing them and seeing it as an opportunity to grow and develop.
Do you not think that the current education system would cover those sorts of skill developments?
In general, you would have thought so, and I do believe that most teachers try in the process. But I think from a government point of view, children are put into the school system at nursery age and expected to come out of year 11 like coming out of a machine, just as a set piece. And actually, that's not the same. Not all children are the same. Not all children have the same belief and the same mindset. And actually, what I'm seeing from my research is that they're coming out of the school system and they feel as failures, that they haven't been given the opportunities to think for themselves, use their own initiative. So actually, they're missing out on quite a lot of growth mindset skills in the process.
Right. So, and you're a real advocate of this idea of mindset. You yourself have taken advantage of opportunities. It's all very well, isn't it, having a plethora of opportunities put in front of you. But if you haven't got the right mindset to take advantage of those, that's where the problems arise.
Yeah, so one thing that I looked into personally and did a lot of research on was poverty of expectation. The fact that people think, because they come from a town like Barrow, that the opportunities aren't there for them, like, say, for example, a city like London. But actually, in fact, the opportunities are there. It's just having the mindset to be able to see them and then act upon the opportunities. If they don't have the mindset to see them or to act, they're not going to be able to benefit from the same opportunities as somebody else.
What sort of strategies are discussed in your book?
So a lot of it is around changing how parents in particular, but practitioners, teachers see their children, looking at behaviour as communication. And there's a number of different ways that we can develop mindsets within children. So that's also explored within the book as well.
So if somebody was to buy this book, then, perhaps we've experienced our children learning. We've been engrossed in that over the past few months, with all this homeschooling, and perhaps people might be looking for a different way in which to engage with their children. This would be a book that they could pick up and find some answers, perhaps.
Yeah, definitely. So this book looks at being able to change the adult's mindset as well as the child's. So initially it looks at how children learn, how do they think, and then it goes, as you progress through the book, it looks at different strategies and being able to change how you think, things that you can put in place, and therefore that knock-on effect then is from your children, because children often mimic the adults. So if you've got a perception that people don't get the opportunities in Barrow, more than likely your child's going to have the same opinion.
Right. Yeah, that's really interesting. Yeah. Now then, tell us how this came about then.
Sorry, what was that?
How did this come about? How did you go from, Barrow to producing this well-researched, acclaimed book?
So I was really fortunate to work in a very deprived school in Manchester. During a training event, I was able to speak to a gentleman who informed me about a scholarship for Oxford University, and I decided to apply. I got accepted and completed my scholarship 2 years ago. And then as part of that, I really took an interest in child psychology for learning, mindsets, the impact on children, how you can have different siblings from the same household come out very differently. So, for example, me and my brother are complete opposite. So why that happens. And then also, I've just recently been accepted onto a master's programme scholarship for Oxford University to continue this research further.
That sounds really amazing and really interesting. And we'd love you to come back and tell us a little bit more about this, because it's just, we're just, at the tip of the iceberg here, aren't we, really, on this subject?
Yeah, very, very much the tip of the iceberg.
yeah, it's amazing. And so interesting, that you yourself have lived the theory that you're writing about in your book.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's been my biggest catalyst for writing the book and seeing the project through, to be able to share that with other people, but also my biggest goal in life is to make my kids happy, to help them grow and develop. And I think most parents are the same, but actually they don't maybe know how to change how they think, how to change how the children think. And that's where the book comes in.
Right, that's absolutely fantastic. Right, so once again, the book is called Unleash Your Child's Mind, and the author is Lisa Clark. Thank you so much, Lisa. It's been fascinating talking to you this afternoon.
Thank you very much.